All right, so I am over here on Marty's View tonight, and I want to talk about Cory Booker and Kamala Harris and the 2020 presidential election campaign. And the reason why I want to talk about it tonight because, as you can see, Cory Booker just dropped out of the presidential race, and Kamala Harris dropped out a few weeks ago. So that leaves basically no minorities in the running for president for 2020. And when Cory Booker and Kamala Harris first popped in and they were starting to run for president, a lot of black people didn't like that. A lot of black people came up with certain things they felt bad about both candidates. Now I want to know, what do they really feel now since Cory Booker and Kamala Harris both have dropped out, and you got to feel that with the average age of 70 plus. Now, my own opinion about this situation is I think we're going backwards. But first, let's listen to this clip with CNN talking about Cory Booker dropping out. Now, I want y'all to listen to what she said. A all-white stage. Now, I want to know how many of these black people are proud of that, are happy to see that there's not one black person or one person of color on that stage. They had so much to say when Kamala Harris and Cory Booker kicked off their campaign. They wanted to say they wasn't going to support these two candidates. They wasn't going to try to do anything to get them elected. They brought up ADOS. They brought up reparations. They brought up a lot of stuff when Cory Booker and Kamala Harris jumped into the race. Now I want to know, how do they feel, or better yet, who do they think can really help black people or people of color in this country, knowing that the average age of the people on this stage is 70 plus and they're all white. Now, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're a Republican. It's the same thing in my book. Because you look at both parties are out of date. Both parties haven't shown any interest in minorities. Now, you take a Democrat and you take the Republican Party. Now, you look at the leadership in the House and the Senate. What do you see? You see the same thing that you're going to see on that stage. You see old white people. Now, I'm not trying to be racist when I say this. I'm just being real. So I don't want anybody to take this in a negative way, because it's not meant to be. But I want people to understand that we are in 2020 and we're sitting here with an all-white cast for president. That's sad. Not only that, we just had the first black president. Now we're going back to an all-white old cast. Now, I know a lot of people say Bernie is got a lot of progressive things he want to bring forth for the community, for America. Now, I'm not saying I don't like Bernie, but I think Bernie is out of date. You know, he wanted to do healthcare, and I understand that. That's cool. You know, we all need healthcare. I really feel the same way he feel. Healthcare should be something that everybody should have in America, and we shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg in order to get that healthcare. So I agree with Bernie on that note. We should take care of everybody in this country when it comes to healthcare, because we already know that the system is geared to take care of the rich, not the poor. But what else do Bernie offer the black community besides that? Because the only thing I hear from people is Medicare for all. I don't hear nothing else. Oh, I'm sorry. He might talk about education to the point where he feels education should be free for everybody. Well, like I said, is that a black issue or is that an American issue? I want to see some of these people who was out front when they had Kamala Harris and Cory Booker running for office. I want to see those same people out front saying what they were saying with those who was running. Where is the issues for black people? Where are the issues at? Where are the people that was hating on Kamala Harris and Cory Booker? Are they happy now? Are they happy that they have a cast of people that we had back in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, all the way up to Obama? Now we're going back to that same cast. Old white people. These people cannot identify with the minority community anymore. They can't. Bernie cannot identify with the minority community. He cannot. Joe Biden cannot identify with minority communities anymore. None of these people can. But we are going backwards. We are going totally backwards. But I guess everybody is happy. We are going totally backwards. But I guess everybody is happy now. I guess the black community is happy. The black community should be celebrating today that Cory Booker was the last person of color that was running for president. You know, I know a lot of people look at Yang. I like Yang, but Yang is too far out there. Yang would never, ever be president because Yang got some ideals that America would never be ready for. So I'm not forgetting about him. He's still running. But his ideals are too extreme for America. And we all know that. So if we're going to keep it real, let's keep it real. Yang, I love you, brother, but your ideals are too extreme. When you're talking about giving an extra $1,000 to senior citizens every month with their Social Security, that's too extreme for America. Trust me, I'm riding with you. I wish we could make that happen, but that's not realistic. Let's be realistic about these ideals. And that's why I'm kind of counting you out, because your ideals are not realistic when it comes to the America establishment. It's not going to happen. But now, like I said, I just want to know, what do people think now, since there is no person of color in the running for the 2020 presidential candidate? How will you vote now? What will sway you to vote for Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Buttigieg, which he's young, true enough, but at the same time, he have his own issues. That's the mayor of Gary and Nana, which, from my understanding, he's fighting that battle with minorities there. So if he's fighting a battle on his small local level, how is he going to deal with all of America? It is what it is. But that's my question to all these black people who had issues with Kamala Harris and Cory Booker. How do you feel now that Cory Booker and Kamala Harris are no longer running for president? Leave your comment at the bottom. Let me know.